Hola, hola. Buenas tardes, Feliz Domingo. Let's get ready to talk about it. So, many of you may know that in these last couple of days, there has been an article released in regards to me running for mayor in the village of Robbins. So today I am coming live publicly because there has been so many people that have had many questions in regards to the process, and they just want to know what's really going on. So soy Tiffany Robinson. I am Tiffany Robinson, who will be a write-in candidate in the upcoming consolidated election. Many people want to know, how did we get here? So in the months of December, January, and February, I was in court. First, it started out with me being challenged by Mr. David Bryant, who is the father of our current mayor. So he challenged me on two issues. The first issue was whether or not Robbins would actually have a primary election. They stated that no such election has ever taken place in the village of Robbins, which is true. However, as a candidate, I have several options on how I could actually run. So I could run as an independent, I can run as a Democrat, I can run as a Republican, I can run with a slated party if that's what I chose to do. I chose to run as a Democrat. So when candidates run as a Democrat, what happens is they do have a primary. However, the judge determined that due to the population of the village of Robbins, that there would not be a primary because you need to have at least 5,000 residents in population size to be a viable candidate for a primary election. So according to the 2020 census, we had 4,635 residents, so we did not quite have 5,000. In the meantime, in between time, out of an abundance of caution, my attorneys suggested that I file a declaration of an intent to be a write-in, in which I did, because we didn't know what the outcome was going to be from the rulings of the court, in which it did not go in my favor. That's okay, because delayed does not mean denied, and we are still moving forward. And so I also wanted to address the fact that in this current moment, I am not holding two illegal seats. So to clarify that, there is an Attorney General's recommendation that some seats are deemed to be incompatible. It is not, as a matter of factly, in the court of law. This is just the Attorney General's opinion. So I cannot be the mayor and a trustee at the college at the same time, as those two seats are deemed to be incompatible according to the Attorney General. So I did withdraw from the Moraine Valley race. Now, I filed long before as mayor, before I even filed for a trustee with the college. The time frames were completely different. So I filed for mayor as a Democrat on October the 28th. I didn't even file my paperwork for the college until like November, 2 weeks or so after the fact. Whatever the first day was that we could file, that was the day that I filed. So the two weren't even in correlation. I actually filed for mayor first before I actually filed to be another candidate for community college trustee. It was also mentioned that this is for a power grab. First of all, let me just set the record straight and be very clear. I was born powerful. I was born on January the 15th, which is the same day that Dr. King was born. Also, I'm a believer, and I know what the Word of God says is very clear. God does not give us the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. So that was given to me rightfully from the Lord himself. I've always been involved, so it wasn't a matter of me trying to grab and go for power. I love people. I love to serve. I serve people with my heart and spirit and in truth. And so when I make moves, it's because I believe that it is the right thing to do, because the people are my boss. I do what they say. I move how they want me to move. And people have been asking me for years to actually run for the mayor. And I was teeter-tottering, going back and forth about if I should or if I shouldn't. I prayed about it, and the message was very clear for me to go forth. And so I wanted to come on because I don't want people to be confused by whatever it is that they're reading. And no, I am not going to go on all these posts and directly respond. I do have a meet and greet this week. So if you want to hear more, you can come out on Wednesday from 6 to 8 at the Raffle House Cafe in Robbins. But I don't have time to major in the minor because I have a job to do. Yes, I know that this is going to be an uphill battle, but so was acquiring Spanish as a second language. So was learning how to speak a little bit of Arabic, a little bit of Polish, a little bit of Greek. Becoming a teacher, learning how to manage over 500 students every single day is always an uphill battle because you just never know what you're going to get. But I was built for this, and I am ready to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Hey, everybody. So to reiterate, I am a viable candidate in this election, and I just wanted to thank everybody for their continued support, for their prayers, for reaching out to me, having my back, which is extremely, extremely important. So I am grateful for the citizens that have reached out to me to say, you know what, you got this. We will write you in. That's right, Tiffany Robinson is a viable candidate with her declaration of intent to be a write-in candidate that was filed with the Cook County Clerk's Office in downtown Chicago. And so it is a fact. Although I did not win the battle in court, that's okay. Delayed doesn't mean denied. As mayor, what I plan to do is to make sure that our public safety is on point. So businesses aren't going to come to the community if they don't know that our public safety is on point. That comes back to making sure we have enough police officers on the street, making sure that those police officers have thorough and extensive background checks completed on them so that we actually know who we have out there on the street. And even though people say that Robbins is a second chance department, we want the best. Simple and period. Our citizens deserve to have the best, and that is what we are going to provide. Street lights. Street lights are super important, so we know that all of our streets do not have street lights. However, we will make sure that we have a well-lit community because public safety is extremely, extremely important. It's very important in this transition to continue to build relationships. So I have a lot of relationships built all across the country, both locally, at the state level, at the federal level. It is always an honor to be in the presence of the people that literally make the decisions on behalf of our state and our country. And they are always eager to work with me. And so I'm super excited to continue building those relationships because we know that business is all about relationships. In order to handle the business of the village, we are going to have to make sure that our relationships are solid with the people that can actually help us to move the village forward. When it comes to the village's finances, I will be very transparent. I mean, if you ask me right now as a trustee, how much money do we have in our operating budget, I cannot intelligently speak to you about that. But I will make sure that our finances are up to date and that we are being very transparent with an open book, making sure that we complete and file the necessary paperwork on time to make sure that we are able to receive grants and that we don't fall on any do not pay lists because of lack of clerical work. That's silly. And we need to make sure that we have the right people in place. That was one of the main things that I said when I first decided to run, is that I was going to lead with consistency. We have to make sure that we have leaders in place that are going to allow people to do their job and to actually rely on them to help us get the job done. One person cannot do it all. It's crazy to think that. Like, I was raised as a humble person. My grandparents, my mom, my aunties and my uncle, they literally raised me to be humble. And so with that being said, I've never had a big head. It's never been about me, but about the people. As a trustee, I always made sure for every meeting, whether I was in person, and I've only missed 2 meetings in person since I became a trustee, that I always had a report, and I was always about the business of the village, letting the people know exactly what it is that I'm doing, because they voted for me to be in that seat. And so it's important for them to know what it is that you're out there doing on their behalf, because at the end of the day, I think a lot of elected officials tend to forget that the people are generally our boss. We are not the boss, and we should never be sitting in a seat thinking on our own behalf. We should always keep the people at the forefront of our minds when we're making decisions and when we're literally taking care of the business of our village. We are going to be bringing viable businesses to the village again. A part of that will be beefing up our public safety, which is going to be super important. The village needs to create multiple streams of income. So right now we have our property taxes, but as you guys may be aware, property taxes only come in twice a year. We need real economic development to help drive our community forward for real. A part of that, again, is going to be increasing our public safety department so that people will know that it will be safe to come and to shop and explore and be in the village of Robbins. No one is going to come if they know we do not have enough public safety. Law enforcement is real, and that is going to be one of the main drivers that is going to help us to bring more businesses into our community. And I want to share this with you and be very clear. Yes, a lot has been going on, but I am not shaken and I am not moved. Let me say that one more time. A lot has been going on. I am not shaken and I am not moved, because number one, my faith in God is real. God has kept me. Listen, I have had to fight and endure way bigger battles than this. Believe you me. As an only child, I've been through a lot. And so this is just one more thing that has come along my path and my journey, where God says, do you trust me? Yes, I do. Listen, don't worry about it. Y'all are reading in some books coming up in the very near future. But I've been through so much, and I've been through too much to give up. As my students say, clock that T, period. I've been through too much to give up. Facts. So, when it's all said, done, and over with, Robinson for Robbins 2025. You know my name because I'm in these streets. I'm not afraid to go nowhere in the village of Robbins. I am very well respected. People know that I will do whatever it is that I can. When residents call me, I don't not respond to them. They email me, I respond to them, I call them back, and I see what it is that I can do to assist them, because that's the reason why they put me in the seat to begin with in the first place. I am an active servant leader. Let me say that one more time. I am an active servant leader. I serve and I lead. And the reason that I'm in a leadership position is because the people selected me to be there to serve them. And I serve them in spirit, with honesty, with truth, and also with integrity. So, April the 1st, this is what I'm going to need y'all to do for your girl. Go to the poll. And you are going to write in Tiffany, Tiffany, Robinson, Robinson, as the write-in candidate for the mayor of Robbins. And I am super grateful for all of my prayer warriors that's been out there praying with me and for me. The one thing that we do know is that the word of God is very clear. It says that no weapon formed shall prosper. What it didn't say was the weapons weren't gonna come. We know that they're gonna come. The enemy is not coming to steal, kill, and destroy from an empty vault. just like how God has a plan, so does the devil. And we have to know this. This is a real thing. And I know what I have inside of me. God created me fearfully and wonderfully made. I have a lot of gifts inside of me to share. And I promise you, I will not let you guys down. And I promise you, I will not let nothing stop me from crossing that finish line. I'm a natural born hustler. The Lord put a level of fight inside of me, a level of perseverance and grit like never before. You're talking to a divorced mom of 4 with a grand boy now with his little cute self. This isn't about me. This is about the people first and foremost. And at the end of the day, I have proven to be an effective leader, regardless of what people are saying. People are like, what can I say to defend you? You know what? You don't have to say anything, because the Lord will fight my every battle. And these are facts. So you don't have to say anything. I love and appreciate that everyone feels the need that they want to respond, but you don't have to. Someone said, how can she run the village and she didn't even fill the paperwork out right? False news. I did fill the paperwork out right. I filed for what I wanted to file for. It came out that Robbins did not have the population to have an election of that nature. And to be honest with you, that was 4,635 in 2020. Who knows? We have 5,000 residents, and really the only people that can actually determine that factor is the United States government through the actual census. So let people say whatever it is that they want to say. We do not have to respond, and we are not going to respond. What we're going to do is put boots on the ground and make it do what it do. Robinson for Robbins 2025. This Wednesday, I hope to see you at the Raffle House Gaming Cafe. It's located at 4000 West 135th Street in Robbins, Illinois. We will be there from 6 to 8. There's going to be food, and you guys will be able to ask me further questions in regards to what my plans are. But we are moving forward, and I'm ready to go. Okay? Tenga un buen día. Have a great day. Adios.